Hi everyone, Steve here with another mentalism review. This for Positive Negative by Watkins. The reason it's called Positive Negative is because the first half of the book are all positive, good, uplifting routines that make you feel warm and fuzzy. The second half of the book are negative routines such as causing a near-death experience. I like the idea of it because he talks about it as a creative exercise, and he says that the second half of the book, maybe nobody should perform anything in the second half of the book. And you keep hearing about the second half of the book throughout the entire first half of the book. And I was pretty sure while reading the positive half of the book and hearing little snippets of what might be in the next half, I was pretty sure in the second half of the book he was just going to murder somebody. Thankfully, it's not that bad. I wouldn't say that you would perform all the things in the second half, but I do completely agree that it was a great creative exercise and that interesting plots and methods and ideas come out of it, but also that all of the negative routines are not the worst thing in the world, and I can actually see myself performing plenty of them. Let's look into the routines. Some of my favorites would be dark entries. You may have seen this on YouTube. I know I shared it as soon as I saw it. Performer comes in with a stack of cards that have their challenge cards, and each one has a different challenge that the performer's been given in the past. The difficult ones, like reveal my PIN and guess a childhood memory and what's my mother's name and what are the lottery numbers, stuff like that. He has three people choose cards, and at no point is there's no like center tears, there's no anything, and in fact the performer barely touches anything during the process, and he's able to reveal three different people's thoughts. It's a very well structured routine and a very great utility piece that he uses throughout the book. There's another routine after that called Weaving a Story. It's using dark entries to have a safety net for a, I guess, propless, other than that. So it's propless Q&A that you then insert props into. But an unwritten Q&A act, and you're able to use the challenge cards to have safety nets throughout so that you can get a fully structured Q&A act. It's a really great idea. There's actually also ways to present dark entries where you don't touch any of the billets, and you're able to reveal three challenging situations that people are thinking of. And again, great utility gimmick, I guess. Difficult ploy as well as severance. These are kind of grouped together in a bit of a section. Severance is something from Jana from his previous release. I still don't perform it the way he does, but I've come up with great ideas that I really love. They're near and dear to my heart because of Severance. The difficult ploy is another way like Severance. For those of you who don't know, these two ideas are used to make the billets that you're having people write on appear to be unnecessary, invisible, stuff like that. So these are two ideas to gain extra information off of billets or to make the billets invisible, forgotten, and then seem to be revealing stuff from nowhere. So a couple other routines. We have Thanatos. It is a routine from the negative side of the book, and it is one that sounds like a pipe dream. That is revealing the day someone's gonna die. Revealing it, and the person reacts, the person knows you're right, somehow. It sounds like a pipe dream. It sounded like it to me before I read the book. You read the book and it makes perfect sense. It seems like something he's definitely performed sometimes, and it would work. It would work. It would be fairly easy, and it would be a very emotionally affecting routine. I don't know if I would perform it. I definitely wouldn't perform it the way that it's written. But if somebody, for whatever reason, ever asked you that question, you have a way to do it. This is something you could learn once, and it would stick with you pretty much forever. I mean, you would probably want to rehearse it occasionally to keep your scripting tight, but this is something you could do. I would say my ending for Death Date would be to mention that life changes. There's not an exact end outcome, and depending on the things we do up to that point can change the outcome, but as of right now, I can tell you your death date, and you'll absolutely know that it's correct. So that would be the way that I would finish the routine, in order to not have somebody completely freaked out every time, let's say, every time June 4th came around or something, you know? But still, it's really actually a great routine. And another one we have in here, also I believe on the dark side, is separation anxiety, where you not only reveal somebody's ATM pin, but they forget their ATM pin. You literally steal their entire identity. This is the beauty of the negative side of the book. It comes up with these plots and themes that are incredibly unique and very emotionally connecting, very emotionally driven. Another one that I want to talk about really quick is To One in Paradise, and it seems like the one, hearing it, seems like the one where you would instantly be like, no, I'm out. But this would be a way to insinuate that you are doing a mediumistic stunt and speaking to somebody from the other side. It's really not as bad as it sounds, and it's probably my favorite routine from the book. It is something I actually could see myself performing, and I'm not the type that is trying to shock and awe people or anything. I just think that it's the most emotionally driven, most interesting. I'm getting goosebumps about it. It's weird, but it's just a really emotionally driven way to reveal a name. It's probably the most emotionally affecting name reveal there is. It's really good. Throughout the book, you get ideas on creativity, how to create your own stuff, how to inspire your own creativity. You get some beautiful thoughts on unwritten Q+A Acts, or Q+A Acts in general. I really enjoyed his writing on the Q+A Act. He also gives ideas on pre-show. This is pre-show, something he's done in his act, and he's done often enough. He's got some good thoughts on that and how to do it, and how to get it done in a very short amount of time if you need to. Not the best scenario, but if you need to. Center tear justification that I thought was wonderful, even though the routine that it's part of was not something I would see really anyone performing, really. Though it's a great plot. But he's got a great justification for a center tear. And as I mentioned, with difficult ploy and severance, he gives plenty of ways to make them invisible, to make them less important, and to make it seem like the participant could be thinking of anything. Really, I don't even want to go through pros and cons so much. I really enjoyed the book. I do believe it's about $80, I think. It's a lot of emotionally driven routines. It's very performance-centered. They're unique plots, and it's a very unique concept that came with that created a very great atmosphere for creativity with the positive negative idea. I can definitely see myself performing a lot of this. The Q&A stuff, I'm going to be doing some of that at my next show Friday, so very much enjoyed the book. That's it for me. Thank you guys again for watching the videos. As I've mentioned before, they are now unlisted on my YouTube page so that I can talk a bit more freely and that I don't have to worry about people accidentally stumbling on them. I'm getting a website together to organize and collect all of the reviews, and that will be coming shortly. Thanks so much. Feel free to say hello on the comments below. I'll still respond to any of those. If you want to get in touch with me at Facebook, facebook.com/SteveTheAmazing, and always up for a chat. Love magic, mentalism, cards, sleights, gimmicks, weird, bold plots and everything. So, whoops, kicked my tripod. All right, well, that's it for me because I've just destroyed my whole set, so